in the music industry. She first burst onto the scene in 2004 from Coca-Cola Pop Star Talent Search with their group Sema. They then continued as a group to give us hit after hit after hit. She then moved on to her solo career as a renowned performing and recording artist, then moved on to Miss Karaoke Queen. We've heard her on our radios, seen her on our TVs from some of our favorite shows, and now she's here on the table.
Woo!
Yes, we're so happy to have you.
When you say on the table and then they haven't seen me, it's like I'm spread out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through. And like, you know, like you've literally been here for such a long time. So many of us just like remember you and love you. And I remember our sound guy saying, I think, how does she just still look the same?
I know.
Huh?
Yeah.
How does she just look the
so
same?
beautiful.
So beautiful.
First of all, I always tell people, be very careful how you're going to say this whole... So you've been here for such a long time, like since I was in primary school. I'm thinking, Chica, are you trying to make me look old?
No.
No.
An icon.
It's also, haha, should I have said haha before actually making the statement? No, I don't look the same. I think people don't get to see me as often because rarely do you get to see me in the newspaper. Or do TV interviews. I've really reduced on that. And so I think every time people see me, it's like fresh. You know, they don't see me age, which I am, you know, like continuously in their eyes. So I think for them, it's always a new, a new and fresh Sanaipei.
Yeah. So
but thank you. Thank you.
That's a good strategy.
You won Coca-Cola Pop Star in 2004,
2004, right? Just before I turned 19.
Yes, and you rap somewhere there. Ukicheki pumpkin.
Oh my goodness.
What
song was that? Wait.
Yes.
I remember reading those lyrics and I was just like, what is this? Because I didn't write it? I didn't. Yo, please. I read like Eminem. Lies. So, the rapping thing is one of the reasons or one of the things that actually helped me to win the competition. Because a lot of people could sing, but then what extra thing were you bringing to the table? Yeah.
So why are you not rapping right now?
This is how I look at things. There's people telling you that I think you're really good at this, and then there's you feeling that you have reached the level that you want to reach in that particular thing. I feel like I have not mastered rap properly in terms of enunciations, in terms of writing, in terms of having witty lines. So I don't like to get into something that I feel I have not mastered 100%. So you might sound good to people. Yes, I'm rapping to Eminem, I'm rapping to Tupac, whatever, but I'm following somebody else. So I still haven't mastered by myself and according to my, my level of expectation.
So my last question on that, you guys broke up eventually.
Like
barely a year later.
6 months down the line.
6 months down the line. Can you share with us the advantages and disadvantages of being in a group?
Wow. With Sema, it was kind of unique because we were young, getting into an industry that I feel we were not fully prepared for, and a lack of having intrusive management. Being the ages that we were, we needed people who would take us under their wing and act not only as managers, but as parents as well. People who've been in the industry, they know about the ups and downs, the challenges that come with being in the music industry, but I feel like we were not fully explained to what to expect. So with Sema, the challenges come from the fact that we were young, lack of intrusive management, the fact that we were not friends. We didn't cultivate that friendship. We just were 3 people from 3 different backgrounds brought to do one common thing. What else was there? I think also making money without really being guided. Here you are, you've performed, you're 19, fresh out of college, and somebody is giving you 40,000 shillings. Ooh. Where do you, and this is then. I mean, 2004. Some people are still offering you 40,000 shillings for an hour. You're like, what? You must be crazy. So for a 19-year-old, 40,000 shillings, it's a lot of money. Without the proper guidance, which I think we didn't get, it goes to your head. And so there's the fame that goes to your head, the money goes to your head, and then you start now feeling like you are at the top. You stop trying to build yourself. The advantages, there are many. Writing songs together. I'd never written a song in my life. Maybe I could do a chorus, but I can't do the verse and I can't do the bridge. So that being in a group helped in terms of writing the music together, performing together. For me, I remember when I was auditioning, if I was auditioning individually, I'd freak out and I would not give it my best. But the minute I know the attention is spread out, it's easier for me to come out. So being in a group also helped me mask my lack of confidence.
And that is an amazing thing, because we've seen it happen even now when you're making decisions about the kind of artist that you want to work with, the kind of music that you want to get into. It looks like a very particular train of thought. You're not just coming, everyone who's giving you an offer, yo kuja.
Yes.
You do a lot of that. And is that part of the reason why now you transition? Because if you don't have proper management, if you don't have a proper scheme of understanding how to do things, has that now helped you to now think about the things that you actually want to manifest, or the things that you want to get really, really particular about, and then do those things to the best of your ability so you can create such beautiful music?
Thanks. So I would like to say, no, I'm joking. I was going to say the whole, thank you for that question. I think for me, the way things happened for me was there was a lot of pressure. At the time that SEMA broke up, I had left school because I was in Kenya Medical Training College doing pharmacy when I won Popstar, so I didn't go back to school. So here you are, the group has broken up, you've stopped going to school. It was a difficult time as well, so also going back to school, the money and all those things, that was a bit of an issue. So the things that I ended up doing came as a result of pressure. They're getting into radio, they're getting into modeling, they're getting into karaoke, they're getting into being a solo artist. Continue with the one thing that pulled you out of school. So I can't really say that I sat down and I thought and I said, okay, so this is where I'm at. So strategies like this and like this, I had to become confident whether I liked it or not, because solo is where I was going. I was not going to form another group. I didn't have the know-how of forming another group. So here I was, left by myself, needed to figure things out.
And in addition to that, because that is such a beautiful thing to actually say, considering some of us are looking at you and going, oh my God, how can she's so put together and she's on everything. You know, you see how on radio one day, on the Ameruka Sujui, she's doing a song, Kwanza Mfalme wa Mapenzi, and just like, oh my goodness. How can one person be so put together? It looks like such an amazing strategy. So you still managed to keep that, and then still, at that age, you're still 19, you're very young, you're trying to figure it out, and still managing to get all that done. What gave you the strength, you know, other than that, you're in it, deep end, sink or swim?
That was really it. It's the pressure of, here you are, you're 19, you're not in school, you need to make ends meet. So what do? People approach you, can you do radio? You go in and you make sure that you can actually do that job. People offer you, can you come and do karaoke? Like I remember the first time I was called to do karaoke, I was 21 going on 22, I was making 7,000 shillings, and I'm like, yo, that can be added to what it is I'm making here. I never studied journalism. I learned radio on the job because I had to make it. There was no option to fail. And then on top of that, you know, you're going through all this by yourself as an individual, and you've got pressure from outside where people are saying, oh, she comes from a wealthy family, or, you know, she has everything going for her because her parents are wealthy. I mean, I've had stories. Yani mpaka, I'm like, you people don't know. And I think that's one of the reasons, and I'm sorry that I'm going to kind of go off tangent here. It's one of the things that helps me when it comes to social media and the things that people say. I realize that I'm dealing with individuals who talk out of what they see without really knowing the backstory. And so whatever they say, even if it's negative, it really shouldn't affect you. They don't know you. So this business of somebody has written something and you get upset because it's not the truth. Yo, you're talking to somebody who was born in the era of social media and all they know is what they see. Anything beyond that doesn't exist if they don't see it.
I like that you brought up your social media, because like your Instagram account was hacked.
Yes, my fault. My
fault. And like I was just like, no, what happened? You know, because like what I like about your content is like you're really personable. There's like, of course, like there's the image of like, you know, you're the artist, you're the actress and everything. And sometimes like you just come over there, makeup free, you're doing a video, you're talking, you're interacting with your fans and everything. What makes you decide on what to post on social media and what not to post? Because even as you're scrolling through, I don't see much of your personal life, but I still feel as if I know you because you're personable.
Right. I think when it comes to social media is a platform that's open to everybody. And I don't think everybody needs to know about your personal things. What it is that I put out there is the only thing that you need to concern yourself with. So if it's my music, if it's a music video, if I'm recording with a producer, that's all you need to know. If I'm acting, I've gone to set, we're doing lines or whatever, anything like that, that is the only thing you need to know. These other questions for Sijui, oh, we don't know your father. I mean, hey, please. This question and I'm sorry I'm going to say this because I always keep saying, I hope nobody brings it up. Are you married? How is this That's your problem.
But it is such a temptation to ask.
But here's the thing, and again, I'll bring this social media generation. They believe that if it's not in the public eye, then it's non-existent. Me, I could have had a baby. Will you know?
That's
No.
actually the truth.
And you do notice that I added weight at some point.
There was a point. Nobody said anything.
I could have had a baby. Maybe I'm already married. Maybe I've been dating a guy for 5 years. My guy, you're not going to know because it is none of your business. I'm the one who chose to be in the public light, okay? The boyfriend, whether he's there, whether he's not there, did not choose this life. My children did not choose this life until and when they are of age, after you have taken them through the ills of social media. And the trolls.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, I'm not saying that people should not put their children on social media. It really is it's your decision. Like, sometimes you need to think as an individual as opposed to a society, because what works for the society sometimes doesn't work for you.
True.
But I personally would not expose my children on social media. Social media has a lot of idle minds. It has exposed a lot of mentally, you know, I don't want to use challenge, that's wrong. But people who, like the mental state of people, you can see it, you can read it in the comments, you can see in the things that people post, and you're like, you don't want to expose a child who is too young to understand the world at that point, you know? And especially on something like that, you find people in their 30s who are still crying.
True.
They are still crying.
Yeah.
People are depressed. People have killed themselves from the comments that they read about themselves on social media. Why do you want to put an 11-year-old there?
It's too early.
Yeah.
It's too
much
early. But
pressure.
again, like I said,
It's a
that's
personal
just
decision.
That's just
And
me.
you've said it before that your lowest moment was when you were not true to yourself.
Yes.
And your highest is when now you discovered yourself.
Yes.
So which song did you release after discovering yourself?
I just want to know a little bit about discovering myself. What does that actually
What does it
mean?
entail?
Okay, well, hi, Lily. These things that we talk personally, you don't have to come and expose. So for me, I think, first of all, with my music, everything has been real. Everything I talk about in my music is real. It's never been, that's probably why I can't do like a wild party song, because I'm not a party girl. I'm not a wild person in the club. Yeah, I'll just sit in the corner those days,
Yeah.
and have my drink and I'll be fine. But all my music has been real. Discovering myself, I think, comes with, because, you know, then again, I was thrown into this industry at a very young age. You're still trying to discover yourself. You're still trying to see, you know, do you say the truth about yourself? Do you expose everyone? Do you talk about your family? You know, like in the earlier stages, even when I was dating, it was public knowledge. And it was not something I was afraid of. But then I realized that, hey, wait a minute, this is not something that I'd like to share. I would not like my highs and lows of my relationship to be put out there. So it's just a evaluation and getting to know what it is that you like and what other people like. So why am I doing what other people like? Let me start doing what I like to do. And I think that's basically where the journey started, of getting to know who is Sana, what does she like? Yes, she's a musician, she's in the public eye, but does she have to dress in Manolo boots when she's going to the supermarket? No, she does not. Does she always have to be in a make? No, she does not. Sanaipei gets on stage, performs, finishes. When she gets down, she has wet wipes. Wiping that thing. You know, I'm not going to go to the supermarket all made up. That's not who I am. The industry might require it, but what about what Sana thinks? You know? So when I started being true to myself, oh my goodness, I'm living the best life. Like, and I remember writing this when I celebrated my birthday. When I said I turned 36, I have never been this happy, been this content, been this comfortable. I mean, of course, there were a couple of changes that were made in 2019.
Now, speaking of comments and people liking and sharing, we had the ones who wanted to pay you for you to be able to be. But there's one that I picked up that was very curious. Abel Mutua.
Oh.
He went, he chapadwera, he worked so hard, he got his few coins, he bought a whole package for Sanaipei, and he couldn't get access to Sana. He left it with the guards. And now the question is, first of all, did you get it? And also, how many times have you gotten random things sent to your workplace? Like flowers, chocolate, that kind of thing.
You're mentioning nice things. I got a 5-liter gallon of milk.
Yeah.
What is that even about?
As in, when I was working at Kiss 100, as in, so the receptionist calls and she says, utapitia hapa kuna kitu. So I'm like, kuna kitu gani? Apana, Sanaipei kuja tu uone. like this. I told her, I don't know what you're going to do with that thing, but do something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we live in the African world, eh?
Yeah.
That milk, you might find me huko nimeenda kuchunga ng'ombe za watu na sijaolewa. So, yes, I mean, well, Mr. Mutua, I would like to circle that question that way because
this one.
that chocolate was taken to one Caliph Records. She should be asking somebody where those chocolates went.
Where the chocolate? Where did they go? Madam Juakali and
Okay,
co.
in other news.
In other news, before utoe collabo na artist,
Yes.
unaangalianga nini?
Hey, lili utajibu hiyo swali. Usiona utajibu. Anyway, collaborations for me, it's very important that, first of all, you have the talent. Talent ni muhimu sana. Secondly, unajiheshimu. Kuna watu hawajiheshimu. Na kuna watu wengi sana established artists ambao nimekataa kufanya ngoma nao. And I'm sorry, I'm going to bring him up again because I remember the first collaboration that I ever did was Kwaheri with Juakali. And at that time, they had just released Vile Tafanya, Nikikupata. And I'm just like, you must be joking. Do you guys read the lines that you write?
Yeah.
I am not going to do a song with somebody who says such things. So they had to kind of clean up their act. So yeah, so it's basically talent, it's self-respect and respect for others. And yeah, and just basically how you carry yourself out there. I mean, there's so many people who are really, really talented or by choice of fans and society are that big, but honestly do not have that talent.
Speaking of talent,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
we all interrupted.
Or don't particularly carry themselves in a respectful and respectable manner out there. I don't care how many followers you have. I'm not a person for followers. Me, it's all about the talent and you know, just the self-respect and whether you respect me as an artist. That's it. Yeah, okay, so you guys
And a
get
different headspace as well, because you don't want to be arguing with a very young person, trying to explain to them that this is why we're not adding this to the song.
Exactly.
Because now, you know, it's just PR.
In fact, you've said that. I think I forgot something. Lyrical content. It's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you saying, and how are you impacting on the society? Because for me, all my songs have a message, and it's very important that people try to get the story from what it is that I'm, you know, saying in the song. Like I remember Rastaman, somebody asked me, "Ay, Sanaipei mbono unaimbaga tu ngoma za love?" Rastaman was not about love. We have this misconception about if you take a guy home and he's a guy, you know, who has dreads and whatever, immediately your father is just going to be like, this guy smokes weed.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
This guy be a thug.
Yeah.
When really, the actual truth is, you could take a guy who's clean shaven, like he's the thug.
It's true.
You know,
It's true.
so it's just do not, it's almost like a Swahili reggae, I am not my hair kind of thing. Don't judge people based on that. And that's what the song was about, the misconceptions about the Rasta man.
Yeah, and we can see like our fans are going crazy over you on our WhatsApp number. We have someone saying, wow, I'm her biggest fan. We also have someone else saying, I love the show. Sanaipei is awesome. But it's about exposing how she does expose herself on social media. She's a public figure, is what we expect to know everything. So you've just been told. Okay.
It's one thing to tell me, it's another for me to follow. You know, let me just answer that. It's very important for people to know something. And this stems from the fact that when my account was hacked, again, my fault.
What did you do? What is this your fault?
So, okay, the story is long. So one time on Twitter, I had taken a video with somebody's song playing in the background, okay? And then they sent me a message and they said, copyright infringement, 24 hours, if you don't deal with this, we're gonna delete your account. So I dealt with it, and that turned out to be true. But now on Insta, I'd gone for a radio interview and there was a song playing in the background. So when they sent me the message, I assumed that that's what they meant.
Yeah.
Chick, I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to email. Your recovery email has been changed. Your recovery number has been changed. I'm like, that's it.
No.
But now it was an uproar. You have to get back your account. You've lost so many people and whatever. And I said, you know what? If those people genuinely followed me, they will follow me again. Truth be told, I have lost jobs because of that hacking. The fact that people are like, look, you don't have numbers, and they don't want to know about whether you've lost whatever.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes people just have numbers because people want to see the dirty stuff that you do on social media.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
They won't buy a product.
Exactly. They won't buy a product.
Yeah.
It's all about, oh my God, what has she done this time? Oh my God, what did she buy this time? But they're not going to come and pay and come to your gig.
Yeah.
So I would rather build my fan base from the beginning again because they're generic, they are organic, they are real. And if they
Yes.
really followed me for the right reasons, they'll follow me. which brings me to that point.
Yes, but
if you're following me to want to know personal things, just unfollow.
You're in the wrong place.
You've heard, yo, you've heard, but I see the love is still there. We have Dennis Otieno from Oneno, Songor, saying how much he loves you and continue sending in those messages, but unfortunately it's about that time we have to say goodbye. I don't know where time has gone. You know, I think I've just been sitting over here listening to you, so it's like,
It's me who's vibing a lot.
You know what? But we've loved you so much. We've loved having you over here on the show. And I hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have. Go out and have an amazing Easter weekend. For now, it's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli, Ayuma_Kaguli on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
For me, it's an amazing thing when you meet your heroes or you meet your stars, and they are exactly what you expected. And Sanaipei is one of those people. She's been a hero for me for a long time, and I'm gassing her up, but it's okay. Anyway, it's been amazing having her on the show, having you listening and sending in love and messages. We always love that. My name is Katomi Katomi. Follow me everywhere. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but mostly on Instagram. DM me, let's talk.
People don't know that Sanaipei and I are pretty much close. Nampigenga simu ibeta ki act. Anembe swite. Kukol alafu anakata. My friend. On that note, enjoy your day. My name is Lily Asigo at Lily Asigo on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, we have the fans asking where can they find now your new social media that has, after the last one was hacked, and about brand new music.
Right, so the Instagram account is sanaipei.tande, at sanaipei.tande. Twitter is Sanaipei Tande. Brand new music, there's so much that's coming out. I really want to tease this one collabo, but I can't because it's not my song. No. Okay, I'll tell you this though. It is something that you actually would not expect, and it's with a female artist. I'm so excited about it. You think it's my jam. But anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of new music coming up. I'm working on my EP, which might turn out to be an album eventually, but we shall see. Let's not hatch those eggs.